musical selection Temple Ensemble.
Let my words edify. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight. Take charge of my thoughts, both day and night. Order my steps in your word. Order my steps in your word. Oh, bridle my tongue. Let my words edify. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in your sight. Take charge of my thoughts, both
that your prayer this morning? That's the prayer of Miss Shirley Walls. The Christ Universal Temple Ensemble. Our musicians. Did you notice my brother over here on the bass? Get down to you, don't it? Well, good morning, blessed people of God. Are you aware of just how blessed you are? Yeah? Tell somebody on your left and on your right, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Use that as your mantra this week. That's your assignment. Use that as your migraine headache medication this week. Use that as your stopgap before you go off at work this week. I'm too blessed to be stressed. That's a technique. It's an easy one. It's one that you can remember. It's one that you can put into effect immediately. Just walk around thinking it. If you don't have to say it out loud to anybody else because you're really talking to yourself. The reason why you're here is to change you. It ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. Think it, say it, feel it, until it becomes a part of you, until you become the blessed. And then you don't have to be concerned about it anymore because you will just be blessed in the way that you walk and in the way that you talk. Yeah, and you won't have to ask for it being ordered. It'll be ordered from where? Yes, I see a hand over here. Thank you, my sister. Our scripture today is a very familiar one. Yes, it's from the book of Proverbs. Proverbs, very, very common sense book. A lot of very common sense writings. And if you've been in any of my classes, you know I'm a proponent, I'm an advocate of common sense. If it don't make sense to me, I can't do it. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. In the New International Version reads, wisdom is supreme. Therefore, get wisdom, though it cost all that you have. Get understanding. The same scripture in the Living Bible reads, determination to be wise is the first step toward becoming wise, and with your wisdom, develop common sense and good judgment. And the one that you might be most familiar with, wisdom is the principal thing, the main thing, the number one thing. Yeah? Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting? Oh, I thought if I read enough versions of it, somebody would know it. A better life. A better life. That's what we're here for, a better life. And a better life can begin for you today with one word: change. Change. I know it's very difficult. We don't like change. But I got news for you. You can't change something that you don't understand. Yeah? A simple thing like changing the settings on your cell phone. If you don't know how to change it, the phone will ring while you're in the doctor's office, while you're at church, while you're standing in the line, the lady counting your money at the bank. You got to understand, yeah, before you can operate it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. I hope somebody hears what I'm saying. But what needs to change? Yes. I got some questions here. Is it him? Is it her? Is it it? Is it them? Who is it? It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Help me, oh Lord. Somebody said, yes, I believe, but help my unbelief. It's our unbelief. It's our misunderstanding of who and whose we are that causes us to suffer. And you know that already because Reverend Stevie Wonder told you that. Believing in things that you don't understand causes you to suffer. What is it that I really need an understanding of in order to have a happier, healthier, and more prosperous life? I need to understand me. I picked up Dr. H. Emily Cady's book. That's my JCI textbook that I teach if anybody's interested. And she said, there is only one presence and power in the universe, and it stands under all things. To know this is to have spiritual understanding. She continues, this revelation of truth, that there is only one presence and one power in the universe, is to the consciousness of that person, spiritual understanding. Webster defines understanding as knowing. Yeah? And in another textbook called How to Use Your 12 Gifts from God, the author says, understanding is your knowing how to accomplish. Yeah? Yeah? You've been in basic principles? Yeah? Wisdom is that ability within you to do what? Accomplish. To do something. You see, it's got a lot of things on your mind to do. It's a lot of things on your list to do. But you have to have some knowing how to accomplish those things. Am I right or am I wrong? Repeat after me. Understanding is knowing with my heart. Understanding is knowing with my heart. You see, you may have all the facts, and we do. We look for the facts. We got journals. We got, what was that thing? Tablets. Yeah. We're on Google and all that stuff, trying to get the facts. You may have all of the facts. Now, they are true, but not necessarily the truth. But deep down within you, there's a knowingness that you have that something is possible. It's a gut feeling. Can I say it like that? You know that you know that you know that you know, even though I may not be able to explain to you how I know it, but I know that I know. This knowingness comes through your heart. It comes through the feeling nature. Now repeat this after me. Judgment is my ability to discern, to evaluate, to make decisions. That's also from that book, How to Use Your 12 Gifts from God. But listening is the key. Listening is the key. How many times have you said, my man told me? And the second key, obey. Yeah, the more you obey, the less you have to say, my man told me. Call it intuition. Call it your first mind. Call it a hunch. Discern. You sort out the facts. You evaluate the situation. You look at it from the top side, the left side, the right side. You look at it from under. Then you make a decision, usually based on priorities. And all this happens in a split second. Yeah, you're standing at the counter. You don't know whether to have hamburger, chicken, or salad. In a split second, you go through those steps and you decide what you're going to have. However, drawing upon judgment as intuition is a feeling process. You either have a yes feeling or you have a no feeling. And sometimes the yes feeling is the one you go with, and sometimes the no feeling is the one that you go with, even though you have discerned, you have evaluated, and you had thought you made a decision that you were going to do it, but something in here say, Yeah, I can hear my great-grandmother saying, feed that one with a long-handled spoon. She was talking about guys that was coming to court my aunt. The hair was cut, the shoes wasn't run over, they had on a clean shirt, but she said, feed that one with a long-handled spoon. It's a feeling kind of thing. You understand what I'm talking about? That's what runs your life. Whether you listen and obey that feeling or whether you don't. And every time you don't, grandmother told you, if you follow your first mind, it'll keep you out of hot water. Now, how many times have you found out she was right? 25, 50, 40, 100, 1,000? I don't know, it depends on how long you've been living. Remember the story of the prodigal. That's what our daily inspiration is telling us about today. The older son, remember, that's the real story. He had access to everything that the father had. And it seems like in the story, the father was real rich. Yeah? He was there with the father all of the time. All he had to do was clap his hands like you see in the movie, and they would have come with the party, right? But he didn't take advantage of what he had access to. This is our story. We know the whole Bible is our story, but this is our story. This is exactly what we do. We don't take advantage of God's spiritual gifts that we have access to. The daily inspiration says, through my indwelling Christ, I have access to inspiration, intelligence, and intuition. I claim divine understanding in all of the situations of life. Let's affirm together. God is my wisdom. God is my understanding. God is my intelligence. I'm always guided into loving right action. Mothers everywhere are selling all that they have to bring their children to the shores of the U.S. of A., the land of opportunity. And our children walk around in the land of opportunity, having full access to all that is in it, and they're not taking advantage of it because of a lack of understanding. Again, you can't change something that you don't understand. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understanding. Is that right? Then I went to John chapter 15, verse 16, and it says, you did not choose me, Elizabeth, but I chose you, and I equipped you. I appointed you so that you may go forth and bear fruit. Let me remind you again, because you've been in JCI class, you already know, your every desire is God's desire. One of my teachers, one of my Bible teachers, her initials is Dolores Macmillan. She used to say, every time we get to that scripture, that you didn't choose me, but I chose you and equipped you and appointed you to have all that you want, she would say, he wants me to have it. Whatever your desire is, Winston, he wants you to have it. Because the desire wouldn't come to you unless it was for you. And I don't need to remind you how many times Johnny Coleman told you it's in the will call. What did she call it? The will call. We call it the layaway now. She said it was in the will call. It's got your name on it, Reverend Chester. Can't nobody else get it. Can you imagine getting to wherever the will call is and seeing this great big storage thing filled with all of your desires and with all your name on it, all the things that you desired, but you didn't know how to go about getting them. Oh, my Lord, change. That's all I want. Change. Help me, Lord. Understand. We must understand ourselves. We must understand whose we are. We must understand God wants you to have everything that you think you want. Yeah? My father used to say God provided all of the worms and the bugs for the birds. But the birds got to work. They got to get out of the nest to get to where the worm is. Now, some of us don't want to work. We don't want to work on our marriage. We don't want to work on our relationship with our children. We don't want to work on loving the supervisor. We don't want to work. We just don't want to work. Can I say the word? We lazy-minded. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about us. I'm in the pool. Even though your desire is God's desire, you must learn to wait for the law to work. Is that right? You can't plant grass seeds today and go back tomorrow and have a full, beautiful lawn. You got to wait for the law of growth to work. Wait. Now, that does not mean stop. Wait at the ready. Ready to receive guidance, ready to receive instructions. Did you hear what she said in the song? Order my steps, lead me, guide me. Somebody lead me and guide me, because if I keep on going the way I'm going, I'm going to keep on bumping into stuff. I see this hand over here. Every moment of waiting on the law to work gives the Christ within you another opportunity to grow another notch. You got to have some notches on your belt buckle. You got to come through something. While you're waiting, they that wait on the Lord, those that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Do you want to be renewed? That's the question. The promise is, I will restore to you the years that the locusts ate away, Wametta. The years of worrying over a child gone astray. The years of pinching nickels to keep the utilities on. Talking about Evelyn now. The years of waiting for the right partner. And I got the answer. Say, oh, yes, EB, I will repay you for all of those years. With a spring in your step and light in your eye and a smile on your face and money in your pocket. But you got to wait. Wait, I say, on the Lord and be renewed. And while you're waiting, pray the supreme prayer. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. But you got to understand that, right? Long time I was scared to pray that one. But I didn't know whose I was. I didn't know that the desires that I had was his desires for me. I didn't know that he wanted me to have all of this good stuff. So I was afraid to say thy will be done, but somewhere I found the Johnny Coleman Institute class. I found a textbook, and I learned that he wants me to have it. Thy will be done. Thy good, big, prosperous, healthy, happy will be done in my life. Let all of your expectations come from the Lord. Yeah? Wisdom is the principal thing. It's the main thing. It's the number one thing. Understanding is the act of comprehending that. Understanding is the act of taking that in. Understanding is the act of perceiving and judging that is something that you can hook your mind onto, that you can identify with, that you're in harmony with, that is logical and practical and acceptable to you. Now, everybody don't stay in the class that long. But as a true student in the Johnny Coleman Institute, and we all are, if you ain't, you ought to be, we have a level or a degree of understanding of this 7-day-a-week philosophy for better living that we teach here. Hmm? You may be seated right now next to a flesh and blood miracle. There's a whole lot of them up in here. People like you who through a life experience have been forced to understand that they have access to all of the power that is within them. You see, some experiences in life don't give you a choice. This is my testimony now. When your back is up against the wall, when the water get high enough to threaten your nose holes, you learn how to float, or dog paddle, or swim, or something. And through that struggle, you learn how to let God's will be done. This kind of spiritual understanding, it don't come cheap. It's a price to be paid, and the price is not negotiable. You have to live it. You have to be it. You have to be it, walking around in living color. Can't you hear Reverend Coleman saying, grow we must? It's not a choice. You must grow through it. When the going gets rough, you got to get rough right with it. You can't run away, you have to stand. You may be forced to wait on the Lord. You may be forced to work it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? You may be forced to release a cherished loved one. You may be forced to scale back your retirement bucket list. You may be forced to deal with an experience in your physical body. But we've learned in class in JCI that your mind is the connecting link to the Creator. The Creator's will for you is that you be happy, Evelyn. The Creator's will for you is that you be financially able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Yeah, reading the books is good. Some of you say, I don't need to go to class, I just read books. Well, reading is good, repetition is good, all of those are stages of learning. But Paul confessed. I don't know where it was. It's just coming to me right now. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. When I was a child, I acted as a child. But now I say to myself, Evelyn, you are a grown-up adult Christian. Is that right? Have you grown out of this concept of a doing God into the concept that God just is everywhere, evenly present all the time? Yeah. This ain't something that you jump into. Once you get into it, you got to walk it, honey. Some of us still have what I heard a radio preacher call a genie, magic genie God. Oh, God, do this. Oh, God, take this away. Oh, God, provide this. Oh, God, change this. Oh, God, keep Bessie running through the winter. When I hear this kind of prayer, I hear that preacher in my mind again. He said, while your God is doing all that, what you going to be doing? Get in a JCI class. I offer that one invitation wherever I am. It doesn't make any difference who I'm speaking to. Don't leave the planet without being a JCI student. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let that happen to you. You must understand whose you are. You must understand your relationship. When you think about whose you are, your relationship comes to mind. Is that right? What is your relationship? I'll tell you, parent-child. Parent-child. Yeah. I just got my income tax return check, so it's on my mind. On God's 1040, it says dependent. It's an X right there. It said name the dependent. It says Evelyn Boyd. Can you feel yourself? Can you think of yourself? Can you talk yourself into knowing that you are God's dependent? Oh, how did it make you feel? I see two people clapping. I see this sister waving her hand over here. Oh, come on with it now. In JCI class, we learned that God has already done everything that needs to be done. Well, what is the wait you're asking? Waiting on you to understand that. That it's already been done. It's already been done. That little mole you got on your fingernail, it's already healed. That child that went astray, they're already at home. But what do you keep seeing? Got quiet. What you see? What are you seeing? Are you seeing him coming home sober? Are you seeing him come home drunk? And then asking God to stop him from drinking. Well, I finally got to a place I came to understand it, and he could drink himself to death, which he did, come back on the planet and drink himself to death. That's his choice. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? The child don't want to go to school. That ain't got nothing to do with me. What do I want to do? Yeah, they tell me as grandparents that's going into deep debt. Deep debt. Paying money for children that won't do right now. They didn't do right then, and they ain't going to do right tomorrow. Keep your money in your retirement fund. If they're walking around in the land of opportunity and won't take advantage of the opportunity, what can you do? Change. Change your way of thinking. Change it. Somebody said change. Yeah, change. Who was it? Hawkins. See there, I took it right out of your mind. Ain't that right, Elsie? The Hawkins girl. Change. A change has come over my life. I'm different. Yeah. I used to break down every time you come crying, and I'd get out the pocketbook and give you the money. I've changed. Then when you brought it back, I'd say, that's all right, you can keep it because you need it. Give me my money. Give me my money. One of them living in my house. Well, I don't know why you need this and why you need that. It's because I worked 42 years to get what I want. I don't have to need it. I don't have to need it. Get out of the need attitude. Always need. Need means there's a lack. Is that right? Need means there's something that needs to be fulfilled. Is that right? Then you out of the box because God has already done everything that he was going to do, and you already know that every desire you have comes from God. There is no need that you have. Does the grass need anything? It has been supplied with everything. Air, water, sunshine. You've been supplied. You got all kinds of powers inside of you. That's why you are able to wreak such havoc in your life. That's why you're able to wreak so much havoc in your life, because of the power that is within you. Yeah? We were sitting on the patio yesterday, and my daughter was saying, when the wind comes and the storm comes, blue, 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 blah, blah, blah. I said, me and Johnny Coleman are standing right now saying, it ain't going to rain Sunday. It ain't going to rain. Can you imagine how many times she said, God, how come you let this happen on Sunday? Because she know if you look out and see a rain cloud, don't let 2 drops fall, you're going to turn over and you ain't coming to church. we must understand that whatever is going on in our life, it's me. It's me. That big word I put on the board in class, responsibility. That's a big word. We talk about that a lot, right, Dolores? Responsibility. We must understand that our very own thought pattern, our own train of thought is appearing as a problem. You want the problem to change and you stay the same? That's a form of insanity. Since you are the cause of what you call in the problem. You've come this far, and I advocate that you go all the way. You've come so far, Marilyn. Why not take it to the finish line? Fess up, take the responsibility, clean house. Whose house? Your house. In Reverend Coleman's book, Open Your Mind and Be Healed, on page 50, she says, in one of my classes, one of my first classes, she's talking about at Unity School, she says the instructor dropped the bombshell. You are the thinker that thinks the thought that makes the thing. She says, wow, on page 51. I had to ponder this statement. If this instructor was right, then my thinking was responsible for my situation. And then she gives a technique. She says, stop for a moment. Repeat this statement 10 times. We're not going to repeat it 10 times right here, but you're going to repeat it when you get home. I am the thinker that thinks the thought that makes the thing. If it is me, she says, that is the cause, then I need to find out what I must do. Yeah. But you see, I'm the thinker thinking the thought that makes the thing. You get it mixed up and you think it's one thought. No, it's not one thought. It's a pattern of thought. It's a train of thought. Can you see a train, with one car coupled to another car, coupled to another car, coupled to another car, coupled? It's a train. And each one of those cars has your garbage in it. Mine too. If it was not so, I would have a different experience. Yeah. When you get off the track, when the train, what they call it? Derail. When the train derails, the most important thing is to get it back up on the track. Is that right? Okay. So when you find yourself thinking off the rail, you know. My counselor asked me what time. She said, oh God, why did that come up? She had helped me through my divorce and all that kind of stuff, and she said, if he walked through your mind today, would he be safe? And at a split second, without even thinking about it, I said, no. Somebody you know today that ain't safe walking through your mind. And then you wonder why you have migraines. I'm meddling now. You can't change something that you don't understand. You want to know how to open your mind and be healed? We got a class for that. You want to know how to pray effectively? We got a class for that. You want to know the dynamic laws of healing? We got a class for that. You want to know how to think like a winner? We got a class for that. You want to know the laws and promises in the Bible or how to meet it with faith? We have a JCI class for that. As Reverend Coleman would say, you're in the right place. And I've told you repeatedly, this is the healing place. How do I know it? Because I've been healed. This is the prospering place. How do I know? Because I've been prospered. This is the mind regulating place. Oh, I know, because they ain't locked me up yet. John said about Jesus, are you the one, or do we need to look for another? No, this is the place. You don't need to look for another. You are in the right place. You are in the place where God has directed you. You're not here because you're so holy. You didn't come here. Most of us got here by hook or crook. And if everybody told their story, it was a train of thoughts that brought you here. It was a train of events. It was a train of people. Your aunt told you, and then your sister-in-law told you, and then somebody else, then you heard it on the radio, then you read a pamphlet. That's how you got here. Those are the steps that are necessary to take to get you to the right place. You may not be at the place where you want to be right now today, but take the steps. Take the steps. Take the journey all the way to the finish line. What you got to lose? You can't go back to where you came from. No, because a mind stretched to a new dimension, like a balloon, it ain't never going to go back. So you can try to go back if that's what some of you are doing. That's okay. These doors are always open. Whenever you come back, we'll be here. And as Reverend Coleman said, when you tell her I'm back, she said, I didn't know you was gone. Repeat after me. I'm always in the right place. At the right time. To get my good. And so it is. God bless you.